No, there's no question. I mean, if you look at their depth chart, I mean, they maybe have 2 or 3 quality forwards, and I'm including Mogilny in that. And I think a lot of people would be flabbergasted.
We haven't. See, there's the great thing about Mogilny, isn't it? We've gone an hour and a half here, an hour and a quarter. We haven't even brought up his name. The guy makes $4 million a year.
4.2.
He's a colossal disappointment.
And he's going to be stealing money for another 2 years too. He's got 2 more years.
9.8 coming.
Well, what do you do? I mean, everybody says trade him.
Well, you book him a tea time on Thursday because he's. No, but I mean, like, he does he not escape completely, almost unscathed in this marketplace? I mean, all the criticism of this team goes everywhere else.
Well, I'm not so sure about that, Dan. I mean, he's criticized every day in the press for
you
this
think
poor
so?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I think part of the problem is
I think it rolls off his back because he lives in Point Roberts. He never reads the paper. He doesn't care. That's the
impression I get. When's the last time Gary, you wrote an article on Alexander Mogilny criticizing him?
Well, I mean, I don't write articles every day about Alexander Mogilny. I've criticized him, in articles where I've mentioned him 3 or 4 times this year. But
all right, I just don't see it that much. I see this guy.
You know what?
Part of the deal too, though. Sorry, I was going to say that he's clearly a pretty enigmatic figure, and he's not a quote waiting to happen. He's not a great interview, so you tend to just ignore him because he's such a frustrating guy to talk to.
But most fans here are saying, get rid of this guy.
Oh, no, yeah. I mean, I tend to agree with Gary, though. I think he's been...
No. I'm not saying just get rid of him. I'm saying what the fans are saying. They're just saying, I'm tired of watching him play. I'm tired of his act. Just get rid of him. I don't want to see him in a Canuck uniform anymore.
Let him go for a bag of
but this is an area where sometimes I can feel sympathy for a general manager. Get rid of him. Get rid of Brad May. Get rid of this guy. For what?
This is not a criticism at the hockey team. It's a criticism at the player who is paid handsomely to show up every night and doesn't.
I mean, Dan, read our newspaper, read the Province, listen to the page. This guy is criticized every day. He doesn't care. He does not care one bit.
Well, I'm not saying to do it to make him care. I guess I'm missing.
But you're saying that he's getting unscathed. I mean, Elliot Papp wrote one just the other day. Yesterday.
Seen a lot of what?
Criticism on Mogilny?
Well, I've criticized him, but I mean, as I say, it has no effect. He's oblivious to it.
There's also a lot of targets, Dan. There's just so many things
Dan,
to criticize. 12 goals in 58 games. Clearly, he's at
13 now.
One of
the things that you have to remember about players of his level, of his sort of stratosphere in this league, is that they're motivated by pride, and if they don't have that, then tough luck because they get guaranteed contracts, they get guaranteed money, and too bad.
Well, I'm not saying it to motivate him. I could care less how he thinks. I'm just saying that I think it should be a bigger story here, and I just don't read what the heck is going on with this guy very often. He basically has a pretty free ride here. That's how I see it.